know, everyone says goals change games, and they do, because with their first real attack, they've scored and showed that cutting edge that we didn't, unfortunately, during the game.
You saw almost, I know maybe it's not in your nature, but I mean, when you look at how Oldham beat Liverpool last season, you've never sort of try and just get a bit physical.
We don't have the players to do it, and that's not to say that I would have gone down that route anyway, but our players aren't that way, they're not built that way, and we don't recruit that way, so we are trying to build a club here that's built on possession, very much like Liverpool have done, and now Brendan's trying to do at Liverpool, and we very much want to go down that route. So this was a really good chance for us today to try and go toe-to-toe with a really good football team, one of the best in the country, and see if we could beat them footballing-wise. And I felt, first half we gave a really good account of ourselves. I felt we were really unfortunate to be down at half-time, and on another day, with better decision-making around the box in that final third, we possibly could have led at half-time.
What do you think the difference was in the second half? Was it just stuffing knocked out of you a little bit?
I think so, because I thought we started the half really well, and then we went 2-0 down. And I thought with the balance of play at that time, to be 2-0 down in the game was really hard on us. And I think it took 10 minutes really to stop feeling sorry for ourselves, and then we kept going. We never gave up. Our heads never dropped, and that really pleases me. And I just said to the players at the end, if we can replicate that level of performance in our own league, you know, we should have no worries about what we're going to do this season.
I was going to ask you what you said to the players. It's been a useful experience for them all, I guess, hasn't it?
Definitely. I mean, the exposure they've had this week, the chance to perform in an international stage, I think they didn't let themselves down. And I think big games like this can only build our mentality. You have to remember, this is pretty much the same group of players that were playing in League One last year, and now they're exposed regularly to sellouts and much bigger games. And it's all part of their learning curve to become a better team, and obviously individually become better as well.
What do you make of Liverpool? Obviously they're doing really well under Brendan. Can you see them going on and competing at the very top?
Yeah, no, I can, because of how they play. I think that's their real strength. They've got outstanding individuals within their team, but their team and how they play and the philosophy they follow, I think will stand them in good stead for the long term. And I think it's a mark of Brendan as a manager that he's brought a very strong team down here today. I think he knows how difficult these games can be from his perspective, and his team are very professional.
Do you think that was also showing Bournemouth some respect, the fact he played off pretty much his strongest team?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, knowing Brendan as I do, I know that he would have done his homework into us, he'd have watched us, and I think looking at our recent performances, he would have thought he's going to be in for a tough game, and that's why he's picked the team that he has. And ultimately that quality in the front areas especially has been the difference between the two teams. So we take that as a compliment, but if we were to win today, we wanted to beat their best team, and I think the supporters wanted to see their best players, so I think that made it a great day for hopefully our fans.
Are you pleased with how, under pressure against top players, the players kept playing, how you'd asked them to play in terms of passing the ball? Absolutely,
and we didn't freeze on the occasion. Easy to do it. The players wouldn't have been in this situation very often, with the amount of exposure they were going to get today, and it would have been easy to go down the easy route of smashing long balls and not wanting the ball, but they were brave, and I thought we were very good technically as well in tight situations against very athletic players. We used the ball really well. Very proud, because it takes a lot of hard work to get to this stage. Individually, the players have had to work really hard to produce that level of performance, and they've had to be very professional in their approach. But it does show that it gets rewards if you work hard and you live your life right and you do the right things. The challenge now is to go on to another level and look to produce that level of performance in our own league week in, week out. That should be the standards we've set.
Just a word on Nuno came another superb performance. How much has he developed since bringing him to the club?
He's developed outstandingly well, I would say. Technically, he's always been a very good performer, but he's playing in a different role this season than we asked of him last, and he's relished that, and technically today produced an outstanding performance. But also the defensive side of his game is also improving, and the physical side of his game is improving. So I think he was one of our best players today, and his biggest strength is probably his bravery on the ball. He never shies away from it, and yeah, really pleased with him tonight. Well, if you can't enjoy that type of battle and challenge, then you shouldn't be in the game. And to see those guys going against each other was a real privilege for me, really, to watch it from the side, and hopefully our supporters feel the same way.